So the Rams are going to kick us off. They're playing from right to left as we look. So they're kicking towards the Jack Wolfenden stand, and City of Liverpool are kicking towards the railway track and the John Fox stand. That light flickers once again as Tom Kennedy boots the ball forward, headed away by City of Liverpool. It's with City of Liverpool's number 11, Lewis Colding, who came through as a starter on the second team sheet this evening. He's back with their goalkeeper, James Aspinall. And he brings it forward, and it's all the way forward, just in front of the dugouts for Tom Kennedy to take a throw in. We'll also keep you updated tonight with anything that is going on. We'll keep you up to date as always. Many games in the Championship, League 1 and League 2 getting underway. A couple of local games in the National League we'll keep you updated with as well. A battle there between Luke Thompson and Jamie McDonald, who's resulted in a City of Liverpool throw. I think Ian Walsh, looking at his age, Charlie, looks like he could be one of the more experienced referees on the panel.
Well, let's hope he's not too concerned about the lights, which have settled down a little bit again, but obviously the referee won't be too happy if that flicker keeps reoccurring, Adam.
Yeah, number 7 there for City of Liverpool, caught offside by Jason Jefferies. Tim Eagles, the assistant on the near side, has called that one. And Tom Stewart in the Hmami goal is going to take the goal kick. Early goal in League 1, Portsmouth 1, Rotherham 0. In the National League, Dover 1, Maidenhead United 0 is the latest. And in the EFL Trophy, Everton under 21s 0, Fleetwood 1. No goals yet in any of the FA Trophy games taking place tonight. And we've got it's in the infamous corner that's difficult to see from our vantage point. We're going to have taken the lead at Millwall. I think the Rams have got a throw in, or it's bouncing about somewhere to be claimed for. There's a few of the Rams substitutes. Mason Fawns, Daniel Naidole, Karl Jones and Josh Hmami make their way to the dugouts, and it's still in that infamous corner, Charlie, where we're struggling to see.
The position is brought out and it's into the centre again.
City of Liverpool have hoofed it forward, but Stewart's going to head that well. Tom Kennedy plays it back to Richie Baker. Richie Baker plays it out to Kennedy. Kennedy inside. Lugsden. I'll tell you what, we'll talk about it at the next break in play. Luke Thompson now with it for the Ramley. Ben Hampson now on the far side. 2.5 minutes in on Roach Valley Radio Extra as City of Liverpool have got a throw in. I was watching the game. I called the game with Steve Allington on Saturday, Radcliffe against Basford United, and the Radcliffe goalkeeper Ollie Martin, he's got a fierce head to get the ball away. He wasn't scared of getting his head in the way and getting rid of it. The City of Liverpool come forward with it now, but Tom Kennedy looks to cut the ball out as the light flickers once again, and it's tussle there, and Tim Eagles for the assistant gives a throw. And City of Liverpool have got it with Kevin McEllin. Anthony Brown now plays the ball forward towards Elliot Nevitt, but he's dispossessed by Kennedy. Kennedy brings it forward. He plays it over to, that's Jamie Rother. Reece Fishwick running through the midfield, but he's dispossessed as we approach the 4-minute mark on Roach Valley Radio. It's hit the referee there, Ian Walsh, and he's going to restart the play, as one of the new rules has been brought in this season, as if it hits the official, it's got to be brought back for a uncontested restart. That's one of my favourite phrases in football at the moment, uncontested restart.
It makes me chuckle, Adam, and it was 17 rules of football and there were 12 changes during the summer. Thank you for those of us that referee, that makes things easier, and Mr. Walsh took that in his significant stride. He's perhaps one of the most svelte, he doesn't mind saying, referee that I've ever seen grace the turf here at the Harry Williams Riverside.
Kennedy played that free kick, and it's now back with him on the left-hand side. He's played it forward. So our commentary position is now started to quite steam up. I'm going to try and open another window And we'll go and open the rest of the windows while Charlie calls the rest of this action for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, so it's 0-0 here at the Harry Williams Riverside Stadium. The ball is out for another dead ball or a throw-in on the left-hand side, and the ball comes in again, and it's broken by the City of Liverpool in the grey kits, driving forward to the far side as we stand. He looks up, tries to find the man, and a good interception by the Rams, and a chance to clear it down the left-hand side, and it looks as though it's Iyrwah Gooden takes his man on, turns this way and that, and then looks to lay the ball off. It's intercepted though, and the danger is snuffed out, and an entertaining start. The ball is hoofed forward. Tom Stewart rushes for the second time, not quite as dramatic as his diving header a few moments ago, but a routine clearance for Tom Stewart, and the ball goes out of the ground and gives the Rams defence a degree of respite. Chance to reorganise.
Yeah, I hope we unsteam up now as I've opened most of the windows that we've got available to us in City of Liverpool. I've got that throw taken by the skipper Denson, excuse me. Ball forward, Thompson heads it away for Rammy, and it's cleared once again by Baker. And it's now with City of Liverpool's number 10, Elliot Nevitt, who blasts across in there, but it's cleared away, and it's out with Fishwick on the far side for the Rams. Fishwick just getting into the City of Liverpool half now. He's being chased down by number 8, Liam Hynes. He's still got it. He's played it back to Evangelinos, who's played it back forward to him on the overlap, and that's out of play for a throw-in. And just in front of the Pearson Ferrier sign on the far side of the ground. Watch, I think that's cleared defence. So new ball's been kicked onto the field of play.
Yeah, for those of you who know this little stadium, it's not an infrequent occurrence that the ball goes out of play, and it's quickly retrieved on this occasion. The ball's back in, and it's whipped in this time for a Ramsbottom attack, and it looks as though it's Gooden down the line on the left-hand side, picks out a man, pressure's still on. Rams buzzing around the City of Liverpool box, trying to find a way through. It's into the infamous spot where it's difficult to pick out the action with the glare on the commentary booth at the moment, but it re-emerges, and it looks as though augmented by a light flicker again, which will concern referee Walsh if it keeps continuing. But it's with the cultured left foot of Tom Kennedy, who squares it across to Hampson, and then he progresses down the right-hand side, does well, drives into the box, tries to pick up a man, and is forced out wide to the corner spot, beats his man, cuts back inside, excellent running, and it's a tussle on the far touchline as the Rams look to keep the move alive, but it's cleared, but only as far as the returning Luke Thompson.
Indeed, and Rams have got it. 7 and a bit minutes in on Roach Valley Radio Extra. It's with a throw-in on the far side. What would you say, an even start, Charlie?
Yeah, it's a very enjoyable start. Both teams clearly up for it, Adam, battling hard and driving forward at every occasion. A lot of running with the ball, a lot of possession football, and the odd bit of augmented long ball as well to enliven things again.
So the Rams have got it on the far side of the ground. The steam in the commentary booths just trying to distorting our view slightly. That's Baker. Read it outside to Kennedy. Kennedy looks to come forward, but he's being chased down by 2 City of Liverpool players. It's over on the far side now with Ben Hampson. Hampson plays it down the line to Moran. Moran's just in front of the assistant. He puts the ball into the box, and it's held, I think, by Aspinall, who's got it clear, and Rams have got it once again. And that's going to be a Rammy corner.
Yeah, I think it's worth stating, Adam, that we do go the extra mile to bring you the entertainment here on Roach Valley Radio. Your little stint clearing the windows has augmented a couple of entertaining episodes here at the Rams. I was with Steve as we broadcast from the stand on one occasion, and was chuckling about that. Actually, it was quite an immersive experience with a great atmosphere when the goals went in. There were a lot of them on that day, but we seem to be the lights seem to be reasonably stable, and the windows seem to be de-steaming, if that's the right word.
It's back with Rammy on that corner. It's a ball into the penalty area. It's headed down, but it's well claimed by the Wigan goalkeeper loanee, James Aspinall.
Yeah, he took that quite comfortably, a looping kind of header, no real force in it, but for a time it looks as though it might drop under the crossbar. Aspinall in the event quite comfortable.
0-0 on Roach Valley Radio Extra. We've played 9 minutes on Watch for the Radio Extra. City of Liverpool against the Rams here at the Harry Williams Riverside Stadium. Still 0-0. As City of Liverpool have dispossessed by Ram minutes with Fishwick on the far side. He's played it inside. It's Evangelinos who's on the ball now as the light flickers once again. Moran on the edge of the penalty area. Evangelinos back out to him. Evangelinos crosses into the area, but it's cleared away by City of Liverpool. Quite a comfortable clearance there, Charlie.
Yeah, but it was some nice play by Fishwick, I thought. He hit the ball through with plenty of pace on it, and Evangelinos was onto it in a flash. And suddenly the opportunity was suddenly there.
Kennedy's got it once again on the edge of the area. It's outside to Gooden on the left wing. Gooden looks to cut inside. He does, he takes the shot. I think the keeper palmed that away, or it bounced off the post. The steam on the second window in the commentary box is impacted the view of the post there. A bit of a glare coming from outside lights, and we've got a foul. I think the Rams have got a free kick.
Yeah, an interesting position on the left-hand side. A chance to whip the ball in, keep the pressure on. We've made a positive start, I think, this evening, Adam.
Yep, they have indeed, and they've got a free kick on the in the infamous corner. Well, we can't see what's going on, but we can see the goal and the penalty area. So once the ball goes in, which I expect to be taken by Kennedy.
It's slightly odd.
Oh, it's not. Kennedy's moved away, so it's somebody else for Rami to take the free kick on the left.
Slightly bizarre that 90% of the game seems to have been played in that corner this evening, Adam, with the glare. It's not as if we can't see it, but the glare of the floodlights is bouncing back on the booth windows.
That free kick comes to nothing. It's cleared away by City of Liverpool. Foul there by Lugsden. Nearly 12 minutes on the clock, and that light flickers once again.
Yeah, the referee will be aware of that, and obviously if there was to be any decision that was contentious, it might be something that would escalate.
Indeed. And they've got that free kick on the, I think it's just inside their own half.
Tries to drive it forward and find the ball over the top, and the players jockey for position on the edge of the Remy box, just in front of us.
Gets the ball into the penalty area, headed away by Moran. Iyrwah Gooden chasing down number 8, Liam Hynes. Hynes, I think we'll go for on that one. It's the ball back across, but Stewart's going to claim that easily against Anthony Brown, who playing at centre half is Brown for City of Liverpool, and he's sprinted back towards his position there, being covered by the number 7 Jason Jefferies, as the Rams bring it forward as they look towards the edge of the area. It's Rother, played it out to Kennedy, who goes into the infamous corner where we can't see. Kennedy once again, he's out to Evangelinos. Evangelinos is fouled by number 7, I think, Jason Jefferies. But once again, it's in that infamous that corner. I think it's just on the edge of the penalty area. Is that?
Yeah, it's in a dangerous position and a good opportunity for the Rams to keep the pressure on.
Still 0-0 here on Roach Valley Radio. Oh, it's a penalty. Apologies, it was just inside the area then. Charlie.
We heard a big shout, and obviously the box peels away to our left, and it must have been just inside. We heard a substantial shout.
Yeah, it's somebody to take the penalty, and they've scored.
Rams take the lead.
I think it was Tom Kennedy that took the penalty there.
Hard and low to the left of his left, and the keeper nowhere near it, and a very, very bright start for Ramsbottom United as they've taken the lead. 14
minutes in on Roach Valley Radio, and we'll get a confirmation of the goal scorer. Tom Kennedy it was. But Tom Kennedy puts the Rams ahead, Charlie. Rami 1, City of Liverpool now look just.
Yeah, and perhaps they've shown a lot of endeavour. Obviously, if you want somebody to take a dead ball, it's Tom Kennedy, who's a delight to watch at both free kicks and just there with the penalty. There was no doubt about that penalty. Absolutely smashed hard and low, a nightmare for the keeper, who was nowhere near it. And the Rams, perhaps deservedly, a one up. They've made a bright start, full of endeavour, and Kennedy being at the heart of a lot of it.
Kennedy once again on the ball. He's played it to Evangelinos. Who's down in that corner.
Once again.
And it's played back out. I think Rami have still got it, but it's hard to see. The ball into the area and it's claimed by James Aspinall. So if you've just joined us, Ramsbottom United lead 1-0 after a 14-minute penalty. Scored by Tom Kennedy. 15 minutes in here this evening.
Entertaining start, Adam.
Indeed. Tom Kennedy with the goal, and it's a foul on one of the City of Liverpool players, number 11, Lewis Godling. Sorry. And it looks like it's going to be him to take it. Oh, he's not. He's passed it back to his counterpart.
5 or 6 yards into the Ramsbottom half. Quite a dangerous position. Players jockeying position, the edge of the area.
Ball dipped in, and it's headed away, but it's easily collected by Kennedy. Kennedy blocks it there, blocks it well against the City of Liverpool player, and it's given us a I think that's been given as a goal kick.
White flickers once again.
A bit concerning that. I'm not going to. I'm not sure what's going to.
Certainly, regulars at the Riverside will know that when the generator's on, one's certainly aware of it here, and that is certainly the case tonight. So it's not a generator issue.
It's a flickering issue.
And they all seem to flicker. It doesn't seem to be just on one pylon. It seems to be a universal flicker, and then it regains. So I'm no electrician. But something's not quite plugged in, perhaps as secure as it might be. Kennedy, Stewart, a long kick forward to relieve the pressure. And it's with the influential Tom Kennedy again down this left-hand side, just in front of us. And to the inside. So Hampson was put out. City of Liverpool have the ball in the own half. And the pass down to position just in front of us. And I've just heard the results of that. Throw into the Rams. 1-0 up here. Very enjoyable start to the game here with Adam Clark on Roach Valley Radio. Hope you're enjoying the action from here. It's a lovely evening. It's a nice mild evening, perhaps less mild in our commentary position, bizarrely. It's a great evening for football. The pitch looks lovely, and the ball is moving around at pace. It's a nice top, and skillful football being played, and the influential Tom Kennedy behind a lot of it for Ramsbottom, I think, this evening, Adam.
Yeah, indeed. He's scored the penalty, and he's created a lot of traffic down the left-hand side that we can't see. And he's on the ball once again. He's played it back to his keeper, Tom Stewart. So if you're listening tonight, Rami fans or City of Liverpool fans, send us a tweet at Roach Valley Radio. You can email us as well, sports@roachvalleyradio.org.uk.
Number 2.
And the Rams have got a second through number 9. I think that was Iyrwah Gooden
took
there.
It very well. A low cross into the side, and Gooden took first time and smashed it in. Quick break.
Well, I hope it was Iyrwah Gooden, because Tony's just taken my view on that. So
we'll get confirmation in one moment. Whoever it was took it very well in his stride. There was no touch, just blast first time and smashed it into the net. And suddenly it's looking quite comfortable with for the Rams. 2-0 up, playing well.
Yeah.
And
19 minutes.
Yeah, a very, very promising start. And we just saw a flicker again. And I hope that's not going to be the Achilles heel of the evening. I'm slightly nervous when I see the lights flicker here.
Yeah, it's certainly not after what's happened in the past. It's not one to shout about. So Rami have got two goal advantage, 2 goals in 5 minutes there. Charlie Kennedy with his 4th, I think that is, of the season.
And the second one was
third of the season. That's Iyrwah Gooden's. If it is Iyrwah Gooden's, confirmed as his 4th of the season.
Well, there was a lovely strike, and he hit it first time across himself, and he absolutely buried it. Both finishes from the spot and that one have been absolutely emphatic signs of a team playing full of confidence and expecting to score and expecting to win. And perhaps the Rams are getting a little bit of their mojo back.
Got some breaking news, in fact, Charlie, coming out of Lancaster City on the former manager of Ramsbottom United, Mark Fell, has taken a temporary break from his role at Lancaster City on health grounds. During the break, Graham Lancashire, who's assistant alongside Fella here, will step up to take overall charge of the squad. So we wish Mark all the best.
Yeah. So, Graham Lancashire, ex-Burnley player, made an explosive start to his league career. Those of us that used to watch Burnley in the 4th Division remember him being an impact sub in his day, and it was good to see him back here as Rams in recent years as assistant to Mark Fell. Popular figure, and obviously good luck to him and indeed Mark Fell at Lancaster.
Indeed.
Game's just settled down a little bit, Adam. That 2-goal salvo has put a different complexion on it very suddenly. Within 5 minutes, Rams have got a quite comfortable lead.
Indeed. We've played what we played. 21 minutes. Iyrwah Gooden confirmed.
He took it very well, Gooden. A low cross in from the right-hand side, took it without any touch, just smashed it first time and absolutely buried it emphatically. Lovely game.
Indeed he did.
So when it comes to the goal of the season contenders, I expect that to be a candidate. With Tom Stewart, it's just been rolled back to him. Rams have taken a little bit of the heat out of the match. With a long punt, it's picked up the scraps in midfield by Lugsden. Ball is bouncing around a little bit uncontrolled at the moment, and it's picked up by City Liverpool and won again by Jamie Rother. Plays it back to Kennedy, the influential Kennedy. And it's back into the area of gloom. It will re-emerge in a moment, and does so with Ramsbottom United. The influential Kennedy directing things, organising things, nice astute passing, keeping the impetus of the game moving. And it's a delight when Ramsbottom play like this. They certainly look as though they've got the confidence oozing through their pores at the moment, Ellen.
Yeah, indeed. 2-0 up after just shy of 22 and a half. So Charlie's going to take it up to half time.
Yeah, the ball's just with the City of Liverpool. It's played down this left-hand side. Rams pressing all the time. Rother wins it and heads it forward. And it looks like another tumble. The referee has none of it this time. There's a loud shout. The impressive figure of Mr. Walsh, who waves that away. He's not having any. Rams have already had one penalty, perhaps he's saying, and he's having none of it. As Liverpool themselves break down the other side, the grey shirts start to swarm around the Ramsbottom box, but the ball is overhit, and it's with Stewart, who takes a little bit of the sting out, takes his time. There's a little bit of a wander around his box, his bottle green outfit this evening, very dramatic, very visible. And Stewart takes his time to wander around the box and looks to pick out a man. It's placed it outside the box, and it's another long 70-80 yard mighty kick. The ball's in the air. It's gathered by the centre halves, and City of Liverpool have it and can play it around at the back. So now finally come forward, and just in front of us in the commentary position, Adam's handiwork de-steaming the booth. In evidence, a great part of Adam's part for that. So, piece of work, and it looks as though it's gone out in front of us, right inside the commentary booth. Here, those at another stadium for Ramsbottom throw, a chance for them to build another move. And, playing very effectively this first period of the game here to the Riverside. 2-0 up, Wilkes Valley Radio, and with Adam Clark, and a lovely evening for football. It's not cold out there, perhaps it is our commentary booth, but a lovely evening for football and a lovely pitch, and a really enjoyable first part of the game, Adam.
Yeah, indeed, Rams 2 up, but not much to say. Penalty in the cross shot from Iyrwah Gooden.
Has anybody caught your eye for either team at this stage?
Kennedy's done the roll well down the left, but apart from that, I can't say
Yeah, I just feel as though Kennedy, you can tell he's played at a high level. He's got that assurance, and when he's on top of his game, he's a delight to watch. He drives forward the Rams again, on that left-hand side, where everything seems to be happening at the moment, and the ball comes across, but it's cut out towards the centre spot, but given away, and it looks as Rams pick up the scraps this time, and they're battling hard to pick up possession again. Real battles, tackles flying in there, perhaps a little bit on the dangerous side. There's no foul, but it's a pitch which is kind of damp on top, and it's a very fast pitch, and the tackles reflect that as well. And that was a crunching tackle by the Rams, but no foul given. And the City of Liverpool, no complaints from them as they look to rebuild from a throw-in on this left-hand side. Rams 2 goals to the good, came in a quick salvo in the opening stages, 2-0 up by 20 minutes, and they need to keep the concentration, make sure that they don't just take the foot off the gas, as it were, and the City of Liverpool stroke it forward, but it's cut out by Hampson. He's on the right-hand side, looks like Fishwick, shows him a nice little turn of pace, and a nice bit of skill as he drives into the box once again. Low cross cut out, and I think that's gone out for a corner on the far side. Rams keeping the pressure on. Very enjoyable start to the game this evening, Adam.
Yeah, quiet. It was a quiet opening few minutes, both sides having their go at each other's goal, but it's sort of settled down, and Rami are having most of the possession and play.
Yeah, they look quite comfortable at the moment. They're keeping the pressure on. They're playing as a team. A lot of movement off the ball. A lot of hard running. A lot of driving runs into the box. It's an evening where it's the lungs can perhaps have an airing, and the players can get running, and they look as though they're enjoying themselves out there. It's something like the old Rams when they started to purr, and those of us that have seen the Rams front 2 and 3, they are a delight to watch on their day, and they're already 2 goals to the good this evening.
Yeah, and City of Liverpool look to come forward. Once again, looks like an innocent push there from Richie Baker.
Yeah, the official, the linesman in front of us was flagging, so he saw some infringement. It's just outside the box, very dangerous position, just outside the D, 20-25 yards out. And just wonder whether the City of Liverpool have the equivalent of Tom Kennedy in their arsenal to exploit this. Certainly if it was the other way around, Tom Kennedy was stepping up, I think the Rams faithful would be licking their lips with anticipation, but as it is, it's the Rams defending, signalling to each other. A lot of backs turned to the ball at the moment as 10 yards is paced out by official Walsh, and he pushes the Rams line back. The number 3 Williams for City of Liverpool is stood over the ball. He's looking perhaps standing to the side of it as though he's going to bend it. Over the top it goes. And it's just wide, just flashes wide. Tom Kennedy-esque, I'm tempted to say there, Adam, but that's not quite the accuracy that Tom Kennedy often finds. Mercifully for the Rams, so it's out for a goal kick, and a chance for the Rams to regroup. And Tom Stewart places the ball on the 6-yard box. He takes his time, looks up the field. He's found some long kicks this evening. There's no real wind this evening in the Ramsbottom area, and Kennedy can perhaps look, and he's found another down the left-hand side, another 60-70 yard goal kick, and it's picked up by Rother. Down into the gloom it goes, down this left-hand side as the players jockey for position, and it looks as though it's gone out of play. Players still moving around, looking for advantage. It looks like it's a throw into the Rams on this side, 20 yards out. Jack Wolfenden stand, where both goals this evening have been scored. The penalty from Kennedy, and then a delightful goal, first time strike by Gooden from a hard, low-driven cross at pace, which Gooden took with aplomb. But this time the ball comes in, the players jockeying for position, a lot of movement in the box, tackles flying in as well. But it's on the centre spot, and it's away by the City of Liverpool, looking for their big number 9. But again, the Rams pick up the pieces, and they're down. There's a Rams player, but the referee indicates play on. He's not swayed by that. The ball is put out by the Rams over the Harriet Williams Stadium stand on the far side, and chance to regroup for the Rams once more.
Yeah, Luke Thompson clearing the stand there on the far side of the ground.
Yeah, perhaps it sounds worse than it is in reality. Adam, it's quite a tight, compact at the stadium. Those that know the Riverside, I suppose it doesn't take too much to that dread phrase clear the stand roof. With the City of Liverpool again, throwing taken quickly. They're quick to retrieve the balls here at the Rams to keep things moving. City of Liverpool moving around now, looking to find the number 7, who seems to be straight offside. No offence given. And Fishwick on the left-hand side this time quickly moves the ball down the left-hand side. A smart pass, and the Rams have a chance to keep the impetus going. And it's cut across, but it's out. It's cut out by the City of Liverpool defenders, who move the ball forward themselves and look at it drive forward, but it's cut out. And this time, Richie Baker for the Rams cuts the ball out, and Tom Kennedy once more been so influential. And he finds a nice pass. Evangelinos cuts in straight down the midriff of the keeper. Aspinall has the ball. City Liverpool. Nice moves by the Rams. Once again, Kennedy influential, very calm under pressure, and often picks out the very simple but decisive ball.
Indeed, we just played over the half-hour mark. Still 2-0 to the Rams. Goals from Kennedy and Iyrwah Gooden. The City of Liverpool have got it just inside their own half.
City of Liverpool playing it around just towards the halfway line, looking to pick out a pass. Nice roll. Plenty of movement off the ball. They've not thrown the towel by any means. A bit of a rocky 5 minutes for them, hit with that 2-goal salvo by the Rams, but they're still looking to drive forward themselves. An entertaining tussle here. Their activity and going forward means that the Rams can, of course, themselves look to hit City of Liverpool on the counter. So you get the feeling, Adam, that there might be more goals in this game.
Yeah, you can never rule it out. Never rule out goals in football, can you really?
Well, it's not got. Well, we know it's not 0-0 because the Rams are 2 up, but I think the spectators would like to see a few more. Perhaps preferably in the City of Liverpool goal, but it's got the settings of a really, and is a really entertaining evening here at the Riverside as Fishwick gives the ball away to his counterpart number 7, Jefferies, who moves the ball forward to the fullback number 2, Denson, and the ball's bobbling around, and it's a bit lucky, and the ball is cleared by perhaps Lugsden, and it wasn't entirely convincing by the Rams defence there. The first time they've looked a bit shaky, I think, Adam. They got away with it, I think, a little bit at the time, but City of Liverpool are coming back into the game a little bit now.
Yeah, appeals for handball there, and it's all the argument at the moment, isn't it, Charlie, with your hand in an unnatural position.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I mean, there was a hesitation. Mercifully, we're not treated to VAR at this level. I don't know if that would go as a VAR decision, but Lugsden looked a little bit relieved, I felt there, as he looked up, and the Rams have got away with perhaps that one. It did seem to bounce a little bit awkwardly, and the hand was certainly to the ball, but the Rams have got away with it, and there's no VAR, so the players continued. And it's down with Eddie Moran on the left-hand side. The Hynes captain Kennedy, who's dictating the game, I think, at the moment, Adam.
Yeah, he certainly is on this on the left-hand side, linking up with the front 3 and the midfield 3. The front 3 that keeps changing. Fishwick, Gooden, and Evangelinos.
Yeah, they've
make a rotation every so often, and Rother, Moran, and Baker in 3 in midfield, also playing well against Kennedy. Oh, it's a shot there from number 11.
Real danger. That was
Lewis Godling there,
flying
past.
Yeah, that was
post.
Just an indication that the Rams can't sit back. It came from nowhere, flashing shot, and it looked as though with Stewart at full stretch that it might just nestle in this goal. But 2 let-offs now, Adam, in the last couple of minutes for the Rams.
Yeah, that was a blistering shot there from Godling, but it went into the City of Liverpool fans behind the goal away to our right-hand side. But looked like Tom Stewart had it covered.
Yeah, I would like to think that Adam certainly made for an entertaining few seconds of the game as the Rams look to maintain that 2-goal advantage. It's 2-0 to Ramsbottom United here at the Harry Williams Riverside Stadium on Roach Valley Radio this evening, and with Adam Clark on a hugely entertaining fixture at this stage, Adam.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a free kick to the Rams on the far side of the ground. I'll bring you up to date with the latest in the Rams division. They are obviously in the Betfix North West division. We'll have a look at the scores in there. I think there's a couple of games going. Tadcaster against Dunstan was postponed. Cone 0, Trafford 1. Second place Trafford going very well this season. And Runcorn Linux 0, Brighouse Town 0. So the Rams sit 8th as things stand.
Thanks for that update. It just shows how things can change with a goal or two. Adam, we were talking about a mid-table fixture at the start of the game, and a victory here tonight, and suddenly the playoffs certainly wouldn't reach again.
Yeah, just looking at the live table, in fact, Charlie, as things stand, Trafford have just, Cone have just equalised against Trafford, in fact. So between places 2 and 9, there's just 2 points separates the sides, and even if you're going down to 11th, where Prescott Cable sit and Marsk in second, who the Rams play on Saturday, there's just a 4-point gap, and just an 8-point gap between 11th and 1st. So it's still all to play for as City of Liverpool come forward, but the Rams get it clear.
Yeah, it's a long season, and at some stage every team is going to have a little bit of a bad pocket, and let's hope that the Rams are emerging from their little bit of a blip, shall we call it, and are starting to find their feet literally again and start to propel themselves up. Certainly that's the feeling at the stadium. The 2-0 up, they're looking comfortable, and some of the old pep and vim of the old Rams is starting to, I think, return. Adam.
Indeed, as they've got it once again on the edge of the area. Looking in that infamous corner, and it's cleared away.
Yeah, Adam and I are always quite relieved when the ball emerges from that pocket of gloom, but the ball seems to be stuck in for large tracts of this evening's game. But it's a throw-in on the far side, in front of the just in front of the Jeff Lay stand, halfway between that and the Wolfenden stand, for those that know the stadium. So the Rams about 25 yards away from the City of Liverpool goal, with a throw-in, jockeying for position again, driving run, and it's laid across field, and it looks as though it's Rother trying to turn and does keep possession. And it's laid out to that far side again, down the right-hand side, looking to get the cross in. He's made good progress, and it is a hard, low-driven cross, a step over in the box, and it's cleared away, but not very far by City of Liverpool, and it's Kennedy on the left-hand side. Looks to pick out a pass, which he takes his time, but then decides to cut inside. Is he squaring up for a shot? He's still got the ball. Driven clip shot to Rother. Rother drives it out to the far side and cut inside. This is delightful football by the Rams as they bring it into the box low, and it's scooped over. This time it's on this side by Baker, who's forced out, but the Rams still battling, and Rother working so hard to get the ball back. And it's lovely stuff by the Rams, who still have possession, keeping the screws turned on the City of Liverpool, not allowing them to get any relief as Kennedy. Finally, the ball is pushed out. I'm not sure there's some infringement.
No, I think it's one of the Rami players down on the deck, but he's back up. I think it was Rother.
Rother's worked so hard. Adam, he caught my eyes. Work rate is absolutely phenomenal, and he worked so hard time and time again there to keep the move alive, retrieving kind of scruffy passes, and he kept the pressure on the City of Liverpool. And Rother and Kennedy have both caught my eye this evening with the way they've dictated the game. Ball is headed back towards Stewart. The Ramsbottom goal. He's outside of his box. Chance to deliver another one of his long, raking dead balls from down the left-hand side again into our favourite spot, where we seem to spend the bulk of today's game, which is a testimony to how much the Ramsbottom left-hand side is linking up today, driven by Kennedy, as the ball eventually emerges from it, and still Ramsbottom possession. It's Lugsden, number 6, on the halfway line. Plays the ball forward again, back into that area yet again. It's somewhat tricky to find out what exactly is happening until the ball emerges. Players have stopped, so it looks like a dead ball, perhaps a throw into the Rams as the players push forward. Lovely de-steamed commentary position.
Just about.
The joys of non-league football.
Indeed.
Actually, he was lucky. Steve Harrington was having a chuckle about some of the travails of how we endeavour to keep the entertainment here for you. We're lucky to be in such luxurious accommodation this evening. We've got tables and seats and windows and all these little things. The ball's with the City of Liverpool. Lugsden cuts it out, finds Kennedy once more. Kennedy takes his time, finds pass across. Field pass, and he looks for Hampson. Hampson on the halfway line, takes his time. He's gone down, Hampson. He seems to suddenly catch himself, and Hampson is down for no obvious reason. Let's hope that it's nothing too serious. The referee Walsh has gone across to us.
17, Reuben Jerome to come on for Rami.
Centre forward. So the Rams, we were just saying how solid they looked at the back with Hampson and Kennedy working so well, and it was a lovely interchange between Kennedy and Hampson that caused perhaps the pull of the muscle. We'll find out perhaps what the problem is. But the Rams had to reshuffle. Reuben Jerome being on good form until his bit of red mist a few weeks ago, Adam, that seemed to disrupt. It wasn't perhaps his finest moment. I think on that occasion, I think it was ex-Ram Donaldson that was running the game for Cone on that occasion, and perhaps there was a bit of history between Jerome and Donaldson on that occasion, but certainly wasn't very pleasant. And I haven't seen much of Jerome since then.
No, he had his suspension and he returned on the bench.
He was having to fight
last time against Prescott Cables, and obviously it was postponed on Saturday. So he's just been trying to find his feet and get back into the team, as you said.
Yeah, well, he's on a good early stage this evening now.
We've got a couple of minutes to half time.
So he's got a chance to stamp himself. Not a bad time to come on, 2-0 up, and playing well. The Rams, big powerful figure, Reuben Jerome, and he scored some great goals this season. So it's perhaps a chance to re-establish himself in the lineup. I think
this could change the way how Rami play though, because I think Reuben Jerome will stay in that central role, and we'll see Evangelinos stay on the left and Gooden stay on the right. Evangelinos and Gooden may switch around, but I think we'll stay. Reuben Jerome stay in that central role. So Reece Fishwick's dropped to right back. We'll give you a reminder of the team at the start of the second half. But yeah, Fishwick's dropped to right back and Reuben Jerome's come on up front, which has kept the formation at 4-3-3, Charlie, but certainly put Reuben Jerome as the lead man.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Rams have got something of an embarrassment of riches up front. We've still got Karl Jones, who on his day can be pretty close to unplayable. We've seen him turn in some real virtuoso performances, and we've got the hard-working Naidole on the bench as well to give them drive, perhaps, and it'd be nice to see him in the second half at some stage. So the Rams, when they do move things around up front, you've already mentioned they switch the front three around, it pulls the opposition out, they don't quite know what to expect, and they can be very, very effective up front. They play as a unit, the interchange is slick, it can be lightning fast, and some of the goals are delightful as well.
Indeed.
Ball is now with the City of Liverpool in their own half, deep in their own half, looking to clear as the Rams, the reshuffled Rams, with Hampson off, with perhaps a twinge. Let's hope it's nothing worse than that. And Reuben Jerome returning and up front, leading the lane at number 9. Ball with the Rams, trying to find another move forward, but it's now cut out by the City of Liverpool with the chance themselves. It's a long hoofed clearance, one of the few of that type this evening, and the ball is yet again with Tom Kennedy. Looks up, drives it down the middle this time. A little bit scrappy at the moment, no team re-establishing any slick passing moves. And a crunching tackle in the middle, but sees the ball with City of Liverpool, and then Baker retrieves. But again, it's given away, perhaps a little bit cheaply. The City of Liverpool chance to move forward. Quickly closed down by Kennedy in front of us. And some crunching tackles in front of us. It's hard fought, with no team at the moment in the ascendancy, but the Rams 2-0 to the good this evening. They scored 2 goals in a quick 5-minute burst to transform the field. A bright start, both teams ding-dong, and then suddenly the Rams had a bit of clear daylight between the teams with that salvo, and a couple of flashing brief moments from City of Liverpool without any sustained pressure, but just to show that the game is still live, and it wouldn't take much, Adam, for one of those to nestle in the net and then the game on.
No, and the half-time whistle is blown by Mr. Walsh. 2-0 the Rams lead. Yeah, we said it in commentary in the opening few minutes before that first Ramsey goal. It was an open game. City of Liverpool and the Rams were both level at it. So it was that penalty that sort of changed the game, Charlie.
Yeah, the penalty unfortunately was in that zone of uncertainty, wasn't it? That we didn't quite get a clear look. Perhaps we'll find out a bit more for the reasons. We certainly heard a hearty claim by the Ramsbottom faithful behind that goal. So and the penalty was duly dispatched by Kennedy emphatically. That then allowed confidence to course through the side quickly. That move on the far side from nothing really. They were herring down the right hand side. Ball was squared and Gooden emphatically buried the ball. Lovely finish into the net, and suddenly it was 2-0, and the Rams were into overdrive. And the City of Liverpool have had a couple of moments, but nothing sustained. I think the Rams will be really satisfied with the way that first half has gone. So it's 2-0 to Ramsbottom United against City of Liverpool here at the Riverside.
Yep. So we'll leave you for the half-time interval. And once I connect back to the studio, we'll bring you some half-time music. So we'll be back at the start of the second half. So we're back underway. The Rams playing from left to right as we look. And their team is as follows. Tom Stewart in goal. A back four from right to left of Hampson. Hampson was substituted in the first half. A back four of Fishwick, Thompson, Lugsden and Kennedy. Midfield of Moran, Rother and Baker. Front three of Evangelinos down the left, Gooden down the right and Reuben Jerome up top. We've played just under a minute.
And I'll run you through the City of Liverpool side. It's James Aspinall in goal, Luke Denson captain number 2, Paul Williams number 3, Kevin McEllin number 4, Anthony Brown number 5, James McCarten number 6, with number 7 is Jason Jefferies, 8 Liam Hynes, 9 Jamie McDonald, 10 Elliot Nevitt and 11 Lewis Godling.
Indeed. And City of Liverpool have got it back with their goalkeeper James Aspinall. Aspinall plays the ball forward. And it's with City of Liverpool. It's now back with Hmami. A bit of head tennis going on in the middle there, Charlie. And the Rams are going to try and get it forward with Moran. Reuben Jerome now back out to Evangelinos. Evangelinos trying to bring it forward. It looks more of a 4-2-3-1 in this second half. Baker and Rother holding the midfield, and Eddie Moran playing just in front of there.
Yeah, perhaps the Rams have shuffled things around at half-time. They brought Reuben Jerome, replaced the injured Hampson, or not directly. Fishwick dropped back, and that left a space up front, which was filled with Gooden moving out, and then Jerome perhaps up front as well. So manager Chris Wilcock has shuffled things around after the injury to Hampson, and it's a chance for Jerome to re-establish himself in the side. He started so brightly this season, Adam, and then the red mist has led to some sanctions. And
I think that's Kelvin Lugsden, in fact, for Hmami having a talking to from Mr. Walsh, the referee. City of Liverpool have got that free kick on the right, taken in by a left-footed shot. But it's going to be a goal kick to Hmami.
Yeah, it was quite a dangerous free kick.
Was that a goal kick, or was that a free kick for an offside? No, I think it's going to be back for a goal kick, is it?
Well, he's putting it on the spot as though it was has gone out.
Yeah.
Stewart, and he's found some range with his dead ball kicks in the first half. He's quite capable of finding 60-70 yards, getting the ball into the danger area.
Indeed. Man City 0, Shakhtar 0 at half-time in the Champions League. And Tottenham 2, Olympiacos 1. As the Rams come back to defend the City of Liverpool attack. Looping ball into the box. And it's off into the infamous corner where we haven't got a clue what's going on. The referee's blown for something. But once again, I can't see the referee either, so that's no good. I think it's a Rams free kick for some sort of infringement.
Yeah, when the ball goes into that corner, we're trying to deduce, aren't we, from the movement of the players. Then you can suddenly see little gaps in the de-steamed area as to what might be happening. So it's a little bit of guesswork.
Indeed, it is.
It's a very enjoyable evening here at Ramsbottom. 2-0 to the good on Roach Valley Radio with Adam Clark enjoying a good performance by the Rams this evening, Adam.
Yeah, indeed, Charlie. It's not been a disappointing one for what some Rams fans have seen in recent weeks. But yeah, the Rams looking to get a win on the board.
Yeah, it'd be nice if that little wobble was to be just that, and the Rams were to regain the quality that we know they have. Certainly up front they can be delightful, and they're looking a bit more solid at the back as well, Adam.
Yeah, they are. We're bringing it forward now with Moran. Moran out to Evangelinos there, who's missed it there. But he looks to get it back through Moran, who's chasing down his number 4 counterpart, Kevin McEllin. And it's with Kennedy on the far side. He's chasing down one of the City of Liverpool players. It results in a City of Liverpool throw. We've played 6 second half minutes here on Roach Valley Radio, and doesn't seem to be having an issue with the light flicker at the moment. Seems to have died down. Evangelinos runs forward, it's blocked appeals for handball there. The referee want nothing. Reuben Jerome looked to try and get on the end of that then. But it's a corner to the City of Liverpool on this near side.
Not actually had too many corners in this game, Adam.
No, it's one of the first. But it's in that infamous corner, so we'll see it when it appears in the box.
Just to make things awkward for you. Players finding a position around about the centre area.
And it's cleared away. Headed away once again by the Rams. Just bumbling around on the edge of the area there, but Tom Stewart gets down well and keeps the ball from going in the net. Tom Stewart now with it once again. Plays the ball forward. It's back with number 6 James McCarten for City of Liverpool.
A little bit of scrappy play for the first time really this evening, Adam, with neither team imposing themselves, the ball being given away by both sides. Both, not a lack of endeavour, but sometimes the little bit of composure, I think, just lacking. Back with custodian Stewart. Looks to launch another one of his dead balls. It can easily find 2/3 and more of the pitch. If he finds the right man, it can be quite a useful outlet for the Rams. Ramsbottom 2-0 to the good against City of Liverpool. The game's settling down a little bit at the moment. It's a little bit scrappy at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. It's sort of the second half started a bit like the first half. Would that be fair to say, Charlie? As Iyrwah Gooden runs forward on the left. Looks good inside, takes a shot, and it's a third for Ramsbottom United. Iyrwah Gooden, second of the match. 9 minutes into the second half. And Charlie, it's Rami 3, City Liverpool 0.
Yeah, lovely finish once again by Gooden. Seemed to step over it, pick his spot, and then bury it once more with an emphatic finish. And Gooden now on a hat-trick. And how nice that would be for the lad if he was to accomplish that this evening. But just as we're saying, things started just as in the first half. Ramsbottom stepped it up at the requisite time, and Gooden looked up, took his time, quick step over, and then blast, and it was in. It went like a rocket. And the two great goals. I've been really impressed by the finishing of Gooden tonight. He's starting to really reimpose himself on the game and on the team. So 2 goals from Iyrwah Gooden, and both of them delightful.
Yeah, indeed. Evangelinos on the ball once again. A great challenge there from number 3 for City of Liverpool, Paul Williams.
So suddenly Ramsbottom United, for a scrappy period, find themselves 3-0 to the good, Adam, and suddenly it's looking quite comfortable for them.
Yeah, indeed it is.
They want to tempt fate, of course, but we did suggest there might be more goals in this game, and that was once a great any game.
Indeed it was. 2 good goals from Evangelinos this evening, one in from the right and then one in from the left, as Evangelinos looks to come forward. It's Reece Fishwick. He's played it back to the back 4. That's with Kelvin Lugsden. And he plays it back to Tom Stewart, who's come out with his goal there. It's a ball forward, but it's comes to nothing, and it's headed away by McCarten for City of Liverpool. As they come forward now with number 9, Jamie McDonald. McDonald looks to cut inside, but he's dispossessed by the goalkeeper Stewart.
Stewart's not been scared to come out of his box this evening, Adam.
Indeed. Yeah, he's
one dramatic flying diving header in the first half.
Yeah, Evangelinos coming forward there. A push in the back there from the number 3 for City of Liverpool as Reuben Jerome comes forward, takes the cross into the box. Oh, and it's cleared away well there by City of Liverpool, and if it wasn't, it would have been at the feet of Iyrwah Gooden, Charlie.
Yeah, lovely effort by Jerome to get into the box. Low, hard driven cross, flashed across the box, just needed a touch. Unfortunately, it was from a Liverpool boot, but the Rams look as though they're there could be more goals.
Evangelinos! And it's a great ball into the box there. Reuben Jerome tipped it over the... shot it and it was over the bar, but looks like offside's been given against Reuben, so it wouldn't have counted anyway even if it did go in. Substitution for City of Liverpool. Number 9, Jamie McDonald's going to be replaced by 12, Thomas Peterson. I believe from my research that is going to be a like-for-like change. Peterson 6 goals this season. Placing Jamie McDonald.
Peterson, former Fleetwood Town Bootle player, Adam.
Indeed. So we've played 12 second half minutes. And it's 3-0 to the Rams, 2 from Iyrwah Gooden and 1 from Tom Kennedy.
Yeah, and on top of that, the Rams are suddenly starting to get a little bit on top again. They're suddenly starting to create chances. They're moving forward with menace again in front of that far stand, looking probing away. It's with Baker, a long raking pass finds Evangelinos just in front of us, and it's a corner, surely. Not given, and Evangelinos is surprised, as indeed am I, as a chance for City of Liverpool to relieve the pressure, however temporarily. 3-0 down away from home now, so they'll be feeling it and seeing whether they can claw their way back in, but 3-0 down away from home is a big ask, Adam, and I think they've got the work cut out to get back into this game now.
Yeah, indeed, they'll be looking to get back into it.
Yeah, or a damage limitation job, I suppose. I mean, it could get worse. There's one scenario. We've got Gooden on a hat-trick. We've got the firepower of Evangelinos and Reuben Jerome perhaps with something to prove as well. So plenty of firepower for the Rams, and on the day they can be as good as anybody.
Just a score I've come across from the Velocity Trophy Group 4. Hastings United 8, East Grinstead Town 3, and 5 of them goals have been scored by David Rother. So he's having a good evening.
Yeah, the fans seem to be getting the money's worth and on that one, as indeed are we here, Adam. It's been a very, very entertaining game, and the Rams seem to be finding something like the best form again. They've had to work hard for that. The draw against Runcorn and Linnet, where they got the equaliser, and then that excellent result away from home against Prescott, and now here they are looking to build on that, and it's looking promising at 3-0 up as they come down that left-hand side. A hard-driven cross again, and it's into the hands of custodian Aspinall with Evangelinos lurking on the loved figure of Nico Evangelinos, top scorer last season, great crowd favourite, seems to be finding his shooting boots again, and it leaves the Rams with a lot of firepower, Adam. I keep saying how up front they are a match for anybody. Yeah,
they are indeed, as City of Liverpool come forward there.
Yeah, and the flashing effort again, it wasn't far off. It's an appeal for something down that side, loud voices raised, but the Rams have got away with it. If Liverpool had nicked one back there, it would have made it interesting, but as it stands, it's still 3-0 and the danger is averted.
Indeed, as they come forward now, the City of Liverpool, but it's cleared away well.
It's 3-0 to Ramsbottom United at the Harry Williams Stadium in Ramsbottom. It's me, Charlie Rattan, alongside Adam Clark, bringing you all the excitement of a very enjoyable encounter here in Ramsbottom this evening. 2 great goals by Iyrwah Gooden, augmented by a penalty emphatically scored by Tom Kennedy.
Yeah, indeed, there. As City of Liverpool look to get it forward themselves, but they've given away a throw-in. So 3-0 to the Rams. Tom Kennedy scoring the penalty on 14. Iyrwah Gooden getting the second on 19 minutes, and then Iyrwah Gooden getting his second, Ramy's third, on 54 minutes. And we've played 16 second half minutes. We've played 61 minutes here on Roach Valley Radio as Fishwick comes forward from right back. It's deflected off one of the City of Liverpool players. Moran tried to get on the end of it, but it's now back with the goalkeeper, James Aspinall, and a deflection, a well chased down ball there from Reuben Jerome, and he put pressure on the goalkeeper there, Charlie.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the work rate of the Rams this evening. We mentioned Jamie Rother chasing and harrying everything, and that's transmitted itself to others. Reuben Jerome has come on full of running this evening. A lovely evening for football, and he chased down Aspinall there, and Aspinall was a little bit lucky, I thought, to get away with that. It would have been a bit embarrassing if Jerome had caught him out there.
Yeah, indeed. And it's a something in the infamous corner. I think it's a throw into Rami.
Yeah, if somebody had one of those heat maps, I think that corner would, unfortunately for us, feature quite prominently on it. But it's come out again, and it's with City of Liverpool. It's bouncing around again. The Rams battling hard for it, not allowing Liverpool to settle, and the throw in to City of Liverpool just in front of us in the commentary booth on the left-hand side. And it will be imposing number 6, James McCarten. Gets the team moving again on the left-hand side.
Indeed he does, and it's a foul, and one of the Rami players being called over by Mr. Walsh.
Yeah, it's not been a bad-tempered game. I don't think there's been any real needle to it, so I'm not quite sure what transgression occurred.
He waved over the player there, but didn't go to him. Seems a bit of a weird one there. It's a free kick for City of Liverpool, taken by Williams on his left foot. Substitution for the visitors, I think. Or is that Rami?
Difficult to say, because sometimes they share the substitution board. So 11 in red and 17 in green.
Well, it's not going to be Rami then. It's 17 is a blank space for 17 on the sheet there.
Especially as Jerome is already on for the Rams. Yeah. Just trying to deduce what the substitution, whether that is being amended by the substitution board.
Number 12 is on for, obviously we've seen 12 come on before for City of Liverpool. It's hard to see the City of Liverpool dugout because it's down at the opposite side, and I can't fit my head out the window to actually see what's going on. 17 is on for City of Liverpool, but 17's got a blank space
just to make
on the
easy
team sheet. So 17 is on for Lewis Godling, but I'm not sure if I check City of Liverpool's Twitter feed, that might make us.
Clark going the extra mile to bring up-to-date information for our esteemed listeners.
Makes it easy for us as well. So
at least they've got numbers on this time, unlike some of the pre-season games.
17 is Jack Hazelhurst. So 17 Jack Hazelhurst has come on for 11 Lewis Godling, and we are 19 minutes into the second half. So by my maths, that makes it 64 minutes as Rami come forward. They look to get. I don't think they're finished yet, Charlie, with the goals.
No, there's some neat movements between Evangelinos and Fishwick. Is taking quite an advanced position for a full-back, shows their confidence. And the Rams looking to build on their 3-0 very comfortable lead, and perhaps get another one. It would be nice for the fans if they were to be treated to something of a goal fest this evening. Certainly this front line has got goals in it, and they're linking up. The interchange play tonight is sometimes delightful, with Evangelinos taking a more wide berth this evening, with Reuben Jerome, the imposing figure of Reuben Jerome, back in the middle in a more calm state of mind than perhaps was the case against Cone, and the Rams looking menacing and threatening every time they have the ball in a forward position. They're just giving it away, and the City of Liverpool have a chance to do something themselves. And the lights flicker as the ball goes into the zone of uncertainty. 2 delights for us, Adam, to continue.
Yeah, indeed. The flickering lights and the
zone of uncertainty.
Indeed.
Which is augmented by a bit of steam returning.
ball there into the box for City of Liverpool, but it's signalled as a goal kick by the assistant Sahel Askar on the far side.
Chance for Tom Stewart to launch it forward. He quite capable of getting 70-80 yards on his goal kicks as he looks at the pitch, and it's a great outball for Ramsbottom, a chance to relieve the pressure, a chance to drive the team forward. Another long kick by Stewart, finds 70 or so yards and puts City of Liverpool under pressure as Eddie Moran looks to feed on the scraps, but it is cleared by them. They can move forward on the right hand side themselves. Low ball cut inside. It's not cleared by the Rams yet, but now it's finally cleared as they drive it forward. Evangelinos hugs the touchline in front of the dugouts, uses the ball well, doesn't panic, takes possession, knocks it back. Rams jockeying around. The ball on the deck, which is nice and controlled, and a free kick throw-in given to the Rams on this side by the linesman in front of us. Mr. Eagles.
So it's Charlie's going to take us up to full time and breach the halfway stage.
So it's a comfortable 3-0, a very entertaining evening here with Adam Clark and myself at the Riverside. The Ramsbottom United 3, City of Liverpool 0 as we enter the last quarter of the game. Rams finding their rhythm again and working so hard for this lead, and some of the link-up play. Tom Kennedy in particular has caught the eye, and hard-working midfield, and Jamie Rother has certainly caught the eye in that respect. But the Rams looking notably tighter. They've got some familiar faces. Luke Thompson was welcomed back to the team, to the delight of the hardcore Rammy fans. And Ryan Ellison's also on the box set books again. You can see him at some stage, and a much more solid-looking defence, which can help perhaps propel them back up the league after what we're hoping is a little minor wobble after that Gateshead setback. And the Rams looking much more assured this evening, and it's City of Liverpool 3-0 down away from home. Long journey to face after the game, and they're hoping perhaps things don't get worse for them at this stage. 3-0 down. And the ball has gone through from their keeper straight through to Tom Stewart in the opposite goal. He can take his time. The ball is still live, so he can kick it from his hands if he chooses, and that's exactly what happens. And it's a high lofted pass, Jamie Rother under it, and it's flicked out of play by a Liverpool defender just in front of us, about 30-35 metres out from the John Fox stand, which the Rams are attacking. Reuben Jerome saunters into the box. You can see Fishwick looking as though he's about to take the throw in. Eddie Moran picks up the pieces and finds Evangelinos, distinctive running style, picks up the pieces and finds Baker. Baker driven pass out onto this influential Kennedy, moves it across to Rother quickly, and the Rams moving slickly through the gears now, but it is thwarted and blocked. Rams pick up the pieces again. They stop City of Liverpool breaking out. The Lights decide to flicker at this stage again, but nothing too serious. City of Liverpool attack the left-hand side, and the Rams are forced on the defensive. Balls across, and there's danger there. Shout. The referee has indicated.
Giving it the other way, I think.
It's a Rammy free kick. And there was a bit of a heart in the mouth moment as the fans shouted, and the referee moved menacingly towards what appeared to be the spot, but it wasn't. So to our right, he's just announced the winners of the prize. That means we're deep into the second half as Tom Stewart has a free kick or a goal kick and launches it long. It's not really found anybody, and he's cut out by the central defenders of City of Liverpool. The grey kicks in front of us. Rams pick up the pieces again. Been quick to the second ball this evening, and it's Eddie Moran putting the man under pressure. City of Liverpool still have it. They look to build, but the Rams have been swarming over them and not allowing them to build. It's meant that it's been difficult for City of Liverpool to build anything meaningful with any sustained pressure. Ball is back with Ramsbottom, a little bit scrappy at the moment. It's on the far side. Deep into the second half now here at the Harriet Williams Riverside Stadium. Adam Clark and Charlie Ratton bringing all the excitement. And a 3-0 scoreline here at the Riverside. And Rams playing some nice stuff at times as well. Ball is currently with City of Liverpool. Moving forward on the left-hand side. Stroking the ball around. At least they're playing some quite nice football. They're not rushing it. They're trying to play on the ground, looking to pick the passes. If he's blown for something, I'm not quite sure what.
Player down.
And the play is back underway as City of Liverpool try to get it forward. So with the Rams at the back there. Naidole been dispossessed by City of Liverpool, Jason Jefferies, but he's fouled in the process, and that's going to be a Ramsbottom United free kick on the halfway line. To bring it forward, Kennedy puts it down downfield towards Reuben Jerome, but it's only as far as the oncoming City of Liverpool defender. Looks like an offside there, or something's been pulled up by the referee. There's a free kick just outside of the City of Liverpool box. The goalkeeper James Aspinall to take that. He launches it upfield. City of Liverpool has got it. It's out in that corner of uncertainty as they look to put it into the penalty area. Bobbling around on the edge of the area there. City of Liverpool still got it. It's out on the edge with McEllin. Bouncing around still there on the edge of the penalty area, but the Rams have managed to bring it out. And they're still coming forward with it. They're just in front of the dugout areas on this near side as they look to get it forward. The City of Liverpool, well, that's out for a Ramsbottom United goal kick. So Stewart's in all green, goes to retrieve. He gets set up. In fact, the referee looks like he's blown up for some kind of infringement. Stewart's put the ball forward for the referee to position, and he's going to take a free kick halfway inside his own half. The Rams still lead 3-0 against the City of Liverpool as Stewart hoofs the ball forward, gone right through to the end to the City of Liverpool keeper James Aspinall. Aspinall plays it out to his centre half Brown. Brown plays it back to Aspinall. Aspinall ball forward, headed away. Just bombling round on the edge of the penalty area there for City of Liverpool to try and gain an attack, but Naidole managed to get that one away for the Rams, and City of Liverpool now going to throw in with Denson, the skipper. Denson throws it forward towards the edge of the area. City of Liverpool put the ball in, but it's blocked well by the Rams defence. Rami looks to come forward now. Gooden. He plays it across field towards Eddie Moran, but Moran slips and it's out on this near side with City of Liverpool. Down that corner of uncertainty, I can't quite see what it is, but it's claimed well by the Rams keeper, Tom Stewart. And again, it looks like another infringement's been blown up for. That steam's really affecting the windows there. As Stewart brings the ball forward. And the Rams look to get on the attack, but once again James Aspinall gets it clear.
Tennis at the moment, without too much football going. Now Ramsbottom pick up the pieces on the deck and a nice turn.
Oh, it's a great ball through there.
Ball into the box they come, and there's danger here. And
goal!
Buried, and that was a lovely finish by Reuben Jerome. There was such a dangerous ball through, hit with pace. Jerome was onto it, turned, looked up, and as soon as Jerome had it, there was danger, and Jerome made no mistake. And the goals tonight, Adam, have been of the highest quality, and that was really lovely.
Indeed it was. Reuben Jerome is
back, which is good. The Jerome of old, and Ramsbottom appearing, I think, up front now. Adam, they're 4-0 up, and the goals have been really delightful. the 2 Iyrwah Gooden goals in the first half, and Jerome absolutely emphatic. No doubt that was going in. Absolutely hammered it in. A bit of a statement of intent by Reuben Jerome that he wants to keep his shirt, and with goals like that he will do. And so Ramsbottom United, we said, at 2-0. There were more goals in, and lo and behold, it's 4-0 now.
Yeah, Reuben Jerome's first goal since the Brighouse Town game on the 5th of October. And he was sent off the week later, so in that game against Cone in the trophy.
Yeah, so good to see Jerome back doing what he does very well. He was on good form at the start of the season, and that was a powerful finish. You didn't clock what minute that came in, by any chance?
78,
so,
I think.
So it's really looking comfortable for the Rams now. 4-0 up at home, and the 3 of the goals, and indeed the penalty, all have been great goals. So it's turning into a very enjoyable evening for the 161 that have turned out this November evening in Ramsbottom, to a very enjoyable game of football. They're seeing the team turn on the style here. 4-0 up as City of Liverpool move forward. Bit of menace there as it goes into our favourite part of the pitch to describe. It's still with City of Liverpool, and it's pushed back. It's like it's still got possession, but they're being forced back by a hard-working Ramsbottom defence as the lights decide to flicker. I suspect that the result actually might stand if the lights were to give out at this stage, Adam. I think they'd be disappointed to not prevail with a 4-0 lead with 10 minutes or so to go. Take nothing for granted. It's number 5 for City of Liverpool. Anthony Brown tries to drive his team forward, but it's once again cut out, and Ramsbottom drive forward at pace on the far side. Lovely to see the legs being extended on the quick still, and a brutal. It's a trip on the far side inside of the Harry Williams Stadium stand on the far side, about 30 yards out, as Ramsbottom drove at the City of Liverpool defence with menace, and the only way to stop him was a trip, which has left Ramsbottom with a free kick in a dangerous position. The players stood over the ball at the moment. It's 30 or so. The referee is making it clear that he wants it can't be taken with. Rother is coming off.
So a round of applause.
Rightly so. He's worked so hard, Rother. Naidole is on. He's equally hard working, so Rother can take a bit of a breather. So off marches Rother. Turn applause for the Ramsbottom faithful. Let's see who replaces him.
Yeah, I think it will be number. Who's that? 15.
Hmami comes on, another midfielder, another attacking midfielder. So midfielder for midfielder, a like decision from manager Wilcott. The ball comes in from the free kick, and Hmami's on it, and it's number 5. He didn't take long. That must be one of the shortest.
About 10-20 seconds. Josh Hmami with the Rammies' 5th goal.
That was remarkable. Hmami sauntered forward. The cross came in, and Hmami was the man on it, and he's headed it in.
That must have been 20 seconds or less.
Talk about an impact, and suddenly the game is now looking very, very comfortable for Rams. It's a bit like old times. We're 5-0 up here at the Riverside, and Hmami perhaps can't believe the timing of that. Sometimes players can go weeks without a goal, and Hmami took perhaps 10 seconds.
20 so seconds there.
Sauntered on, took his position, the ball came in, and Hmami buried it.
With his first in a Rammy shirt there.
Thanks for that. I don't know, they certainly enjoy that impact that he's had this evening, and the Rams are starting to turn it on what is turning into a bit of a rout now, Adam.
Yeah, indeed it is. Yeah, that is Josh Hmami's first goal for the Rams, and his 7 appearances, 8th appearance tonight that he's made.
So it's a nice time for Hmami to come on with his team 4-0 up, and with about 10 minutes to play, but he's now he's made the task even harder for the City of Liverpool, that perhaps won't be counting on an away victory this evening. It's 5-0 here at the Riverside to Ramsbottom United. Lovely evening for football. 160 or so faithful here in the compact surroundings in the atmospheric stadium with floodlights. Always adds a bit of drama to the occasion, and that drama's been augmented with 5 goals, and some of them have been lovely goals. Hmami's was quite routine. Free kick in, lofted in, and Hmami on the end of it, headed in, buried, job done, and trotted back with a smile on his face. of a job. So Ramsbottom United 5-0 up into the. What minutes have we got, Adam?
We've got 6.5.
So I think Ramsbottom would be looking now to perhaps maintain that clean sheet. They've worked hard for the 5-0 up at the Riverside corner to City of Liverpool.
Oh,
and it's there was some danger at this time, but it seems to have the Rams have brought the ball away. It's about 35 yards out with the City of Liverpool who playing the ball around. They're still playing football, City of Liverpool, and to their credit, they've not stopped that endeavour. They've not stopped and tried to just lump it, but it's not borne too much fruit this evening as number 15 Hmami looks to chase another through ball, and Fishwick heads the ball out of play just in front of us. He's trying to drive Rami forward. City of Liverpool looking as though they're a little bit punch drunk at the moment. They're 5-0 down. They're away from home. It's the end of November, and the evening's still got a few hours ahead of it for them. But they've tried to play football in the right way, as indeed the club does. So good luck to them for the rest of the season. Today wasn't their day, but they're capable of playing some attractive football as well, and that's what they're trying to do now, is they try and pick the passes through the resolute Ramsbottom masked lines of defence and midfield. Just bobbling around the middle with City of Liverpool. And number 3, Williams, brings the ball forward. Still trying to play football. Still looking for perhaps what would be a consolation at this stage. But even that's denied to them as Ramsbottom themselves drive forward at pace on the far side. It's just a little bit scrappy. It's a little bit transitional at the moment with neither team gaining supremacy, but the ball is with the City of Liverpool just around the halfway line, playing it round without any real menace at the moment, but we're just keeping possession. It's a bit of a damage limitation, but this ball won back by Ramsbottom. Player still making the runs. Reuben Jerome made a run off the ball. And, the ball is with number 7 Fishwick in front of us. Fishwick plays it down the line. Eddie Moran picks up the ball back to Fishwick. Nice 1-2, and it's a nice, and Fishwick is through. He's into the box and squares it across, and it's Jerome goes down. Nothing much. He doesn't claim anything. Hmami was down, and didn't he just seem to stumble rather than anything. Looked up in hope, but I think that would have been optimistic. There was no real foul there, and a long raking pass, and again Hmami involved with chasing it, which he does do, and retrieves it. Eddie Moran up in support. He gets the cross across, and it finds Iyrwah Gooden on the far side now, and Gooden picks it up on the edge of the box. And he's brought down a dangerous position, 22 or so yards out. It would be nice if Gooden was to get the strike, given that he is on a hat-trick. He's gone a little bit quiet, largely because the rest of the team has been so mobile and active, but it would be nice for Gooden if he was to get something to remember this evening. He's 2 splendid goals already. Ball's teed up about 20-22 yards out. A couple of players stood over it.
I think it's Tom Kennedy and Tony says Kennedy range.
Yeah, well, we know what he's capable of.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be him. He does. He takes a shot.
Oh, good save.
And it's palmed away by James Aspinall.
On target by Kennedy, as is usually the case. Aspinall was alert to it, and a bit of a flying save. Not sometimes you see Kennedy hit them even more sweet than that, but it was going in, and Aspinall did need to be alert to make a flying save, and 6-0 would have been harsh indeed, I think, Adam, on City of Liverpool. And it's with a corner for the Rams. Aspinall pushed it out onto the far side. There's the corner about to come in. It's swung in an in-swinger. Ooh, and it only just flashes by. It's one of those that might have actually gone in directly from a corner if it had just lodged in the far post. So that wasn't to be.
So look, number 12 there for City of Liverpool. Thomas Peterson looked to make a counter-attack there, but nothing came of it. 5-0 the Rams lead here on Roach Valley Radio Extra, and they've certainly
I think the fans
put their goal difference into plus marks after today's performance.
Well, we did say, Adam, earlier that
tipped over there by Tom Stewart for Rami.
Seemed to come from nowhere, but a 5-0 result would actually send confidence coursing, I think, through both the club and the fans, Adam, and set themselves up perhaps for a New Year charge. It's early in the season still, we're not even halfway through it, but the Rams, you just feel are turning the corner and somewhat on an upward trajectory at the moment. Still the City of Liverpool pressing forward. Rams do have the chance to clear it in front of us. It's in Adam and I's favourite part of the pitch, but it's quickly brought away by Fishwick. Good ball by Fishwick. Finds 15 Hmami, gets the cross in. It's evaded everybody and gone out, but another dangerous sweeping move, end-to-end move at pace by Ramsbottom, and when they do that, they're a delight. Nice play by Fishwick. Nice weighted pass, and he found Hmami well. Hmami turned round to acknowledge the quality of the pass from Fishwick, who slotted in very well, I think, at full back. Hampson looked solid, but Fishwick brings a degree of attack to that side as well.
Does,
and that was a lovely flighted pass, and I was just pleased that Hmami turned to acknowledge the quality of it. The pace on it was delightful.
Yeah, not a bad replacement. Is Fishwick at right back. He's slotted in well. We'll obviously ask Chris Wilcock post-match about the injury to Ben Hampson in just before half-time. It looked like it was a hamstring twinge or something along those lines. Like you said, Charlie, it was a bit too early for cramp, but we'll get that confirmed.
But Fishwick proving an able deputy and driving the Rams forward, and the speed of the movement on both wings, with Kennedy linking up on the left side and now Fishwick on the right, just means that Rams are pretty close to rampant at times. They're just cutting through teams because of the driving nature of the possession, and they've played some lovely stuff tonight. It's been scrappy at times as well. Liverpool have played their parts, but it's turning into a comfortable victory here at Ramsbottom, and 5-0 up.
We're just into stoppage time. No sign of the board, but the referee keeps looking at his watch.
Yeah, the board doesn't always make.
I think he's just signalled something to the assistant or the benches on the side there. It looked like he signalled one. It's Josh Hmami on the edge of the area. He's put it across, tried towards Daniel Naidole, but it comes to no avail, and the Rams still lead 5-0, Charlie.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much about the outcome. I suppose they'll be looking for that clean sheet, which will be something all managers, or that's the way that you do prevail in football. It's nice to score goals, but it's equally important to build upon solid foundations, and it looks like manager Wilcock will be very pleased with the way that I think you mentioned that we'd seen the last at Brighouse with the last clean sheet, and that was enjoyable, and the Rams have gone a couple of notches above that performance this evening. 5-0 up in the closing stages of the game. A very enjoyable game. Ramsbottom is seeing out time. 5-0 up, playing some lovely stuff.
And they're there once again. Kennedy tries to put the ball in the box, but he's coming back with it now. He's played it back across to Fishwick on this near side, who's played it to Moran. And the referee brings this game to its conclusion.
And you may be able to hear the crowd are obviously delighted with that. Applause rings round the Harry Williams Riverside Stadium, the 160 or so brave souls that have come out tonight. It's usually the case that the weekend games usually bring a slightly higher attendance for various reasons, and the match was actually quite comfortably won in the end. Bright start by both teams. Ramsbottom got a couple of goals in a salvo, 14th and I think 18th minute, and in the second half they built upon that foundation. A couple of lovely goals in there. We saw Iyrwah Gooden, 2 lovely strikes, and an emphatic finish. Reuben Jerome. Hmami made an immediate impact, and a lovely emphatic penalty from Tom Kennedy, which opened the scoring. So we hope you've enjoyed the coverage here. The crowd applauds the teams off as they both come off. Ramsbottom, a job well done, just talking to each other out in the middle. And Liverpool nicely applaud their fans as well. They've played their parts on an entertaining side, played in a good spirit. Club built on organic foundations. Tonight wasn't their night, but nice to see them in this division. First time I've seen City of Liverpool play, and they're chatting with the Ramsbottom players as they go off in a good-natured departure from the field. As the officials gather the flags and the balls.
A good game from the officials as well.
Yeah, I thought he was very,
Ian
very
Walsh,
sure. Yeah.
refereed it well. No cards, in fact, which is also always a good sight that a referee can control the game without any cards. Right, so we're going to wrap things up. Charlie, you're back with Anna Lothian on Saturday for another good game. Rami Shud against second place Marsk United, another team who said that they've not seen Rami play. So we'll see you for that on Saturday. We'll wrap things up here. So just a reminder, today's attendance 161. Not a great night to come out to with other things on the TV, but from what they played very well. Final score here: Ramsbottom United 5, City of Liverpool 0.